Whereas in cities in other countries, the key means of transport is train, taxi and public buses, here in Accra, the main means of transportation is either by commercial buses, commonly referred to as trotro, taxis and motorbikes, or Okada, which is illegal. It is estimated that about 40% of the private and public vehicles which ply our roads are not meeting the required roadworthy standards. The majority of these cars are crudely fitted together by the local auto mechanic engineers. Their services are regularly patronized because it is said to be cheaper compared to the professional auto mechanic shops. In order to model the bus to suit commercial purposes, they are often detached and assembled together with rather off-spec metals, which tends to lessen the 3,000 and 3,500 gross vehicle weight, making it lighter to carry the 18-seater. The alteration of the vehicle largely puts the passenger's life at risk. There are a number of challenges commuters go through daily in boarding commercial vehicles, especially those manned by commercial operators. Now, this is due to the rickety of the vehicles, which pose a risk to the well-being of the commuters. Rusted metals dangerously defining the public buses, exposed angle-framed seats, slanted seats which serve the passenger the least of comfort, corroded part of the car which makes it visible to have a glimpse of the road beneath the passenger's feet, amongst others, all add up to a huge threat to the passenger's safety. Regular commuters are oftentimes at the mercy of these dangerous buses. The least they suffer is damage to their clothing when they come into contact with the exposed, sometimes sharp metals. In fact, some are virtual scraps with exposed metals that often tear passengers' clothes and injure them with the danger of tetanus infections.
I stopped one of these buses on the road. I had no choice. I have to go because I'm late. So I got in and then there was no foam on the seat. So when I sat on it and I was about to get down, it just stuck. My dress just got stuck on the metal. Yes, and it got torn. So a young lady in the car gave me something to cover up.
I'm a foot trophy dummy about Accra. See me see what cross a can't a honor. I'm who say my tareno. That they be actually a tareno, not tareno, my man that when you know go.
The Motor Traffic and Transport Department, National Road Safety Commission, and Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority have been described by some as inefficient in relation to their lackadaisical attitude in resolving this ancient canker of rickety vehicle on our roads. The DVLA, which is often blamed for failing to check the roadworthiness of most of the rickety vehicles. Unfortunately, the DVLA could not avail itself to explain the matter. In the transport subsector, nearly 90% of the public transport service needs are provided by private operators, and the state provides the rest using the Metro Mass Transit buses. The commercial vehicle, which is the main mode of transport, accounts for about 60% of the passenger movement, while taxis account for only 14.5%, with the remaining accounted by the private cars. According to the drivers of the overused rickety vehicles, they don't have to spend much to maintain it.
The reason I'm using the old car is, you see, the spare parts is less. And then, you know, because of the financing system, to get money to buy a new one is very high. So that's why I'm still managing the how do you call it, the old car.
I'm sorry that, but I'm not needing a senior. See, the other was on no one. So I'm say, the one that I now all for, so say, Scababanaka, that I would do it, and I say, these
trotros are often characterized by low road safety profiles, semi-trained drivers, and poor state of vehicles owing to low priority for vehicle maintenance, amongst others. They mostly comprise overused and accident cars that had been imported into the country, while some are mainly second-hand minibuses and vans that have been rehabilitated into passenger vehicles. And in times of rain, commuters get wet while on board because of the holes that have been developed on the roofs. To ascertain and appreciate the situation more, GH1 News visited some of the mechanic stations where trashed vehicles are partially remodeled to be on the roads again. Master Menu, a welder who has been in the business for 36 years, shares more with us.
So in accident, I say a bit street, like fine. Anna, at the crown, I also said, yeah, we are. atete sen kura ebetumi asesa ebetumi awai ho nyina ne asa modu no foforo.
A whole car could be reduced to skeletal feature and later worked on by the welders to bring it back on the road, oftentimes failing to meet the roadworthy requirement. 600 rickety vehicles were impounded following a special task force which was formed in 2013 with a single task to rid the road of all rickety vehicles in order to minimize road crashes and guarantee the safety and comfort of the passengers. However, the obvious is clear. They failed. Rickety vehicles still ply our roads. GH1 News' attempts to speak to the NRSC and the MTTU to inquire what more they are doing about the situation proved futile. The unworthiness of most vehicles that carry passengers often leads to fatal accidents, making Ghana one of the most accident-prone countries in the world. The question is, are the mandated agencies desiring to change the narrative, or are passengers with limited options going to continue to board rickety vehicles disregarding their safety? Joshua Nana Kwame Ayewa reporting for GH1 News.